live, huh? We are live once again. I have no idea how this is going to go. I'm just as nervous with this stream than my first stream, really. I haven't been this nervous since like my first week of streaming, which granted, it's only been, a couple weeks. So that ain't saying much. But at least before when I was streaming, I was doing something like right at the desk, and then I went on to a video game. So let's keep in mind, on one aspect, but now I have to pack up this whole room, which is stressful in and of itself. Alright, so I don't know how this is going to go, but since I already have to do it, I might as well stream at the same time. Let me move this monitor over a little bit so I can see if anyone comes in, because it's kind of at a weird angle for me. Okay, now I should be able to see a little bit better. And I really don't even know where to begin here. Oh man, it's so much. I've already taken care of most of this shelf. But everything is just so, they're boxes, so it's like not that difficult, but they're fragile boxes is the thing. Now I'm going to actually refresh this page before I get too far into it. One of them, okay, now they're all showing good, excellent health. Okay, now I can focus on packing up. Can't tell, but this, actually you can see it on screen. Well, one of the screens, if you're on vertical, I'm also streaming horizontally, is I want to leave the things I don't have in a hard plastic shell on top of this box in particular. I might have two boxes where it's going to be mostly bubble wrap, and then I think that will protect the cards the best I can. But honestly, I wish there was an easy way to sell things, because I would literally just be like, I would just sell it all. That honestly would make me feel a little bit better than doing what I'm doing now. I think this is next. I think I gotta pack this away, which this scares me, because this is one of my favorite things that I currently own. So much nostalgia with this that it's so nerve-wracking. I hate it, but it must be done. So right now I'm cutting bubble wrap. And honestly, this bubble wrap is pretty darn thin. So what I've been doing with the starter decks that I have is they're in hard plastic shells, but I don't have a hard plastic shell for this, obviously, because it's such a big shape. But I wrap the hard plastic shells in bubble wrap, and then I also wrap the inside of the tub here in bubble wrap, so it should be enough protection. And actually, this is the perfect amount of bubble wrap for a thin layer. And I'm going to pack the first two totes, really loosely. Are you for T-Water? Race Car World, what's up, my friend? Are you for T-Water? I'm not sure what that means, my friend. I am not sure what I'm doing right now. Oh, Team Water. I'm for Team Water. Yeah. What was crazy is they reached out to me and gave this to me for free. Yeah. What's up, Mai? Kind of a different stream. I'm not selling them. However, honestly, I would prefer to sell them. What's happening here is that I'm in the process of moving. So in order for my realtor to sell this house, they have to show the house to people. And she said, this is kind of, might be off-putting to some demographics. And two, when people are like looking at houses, it's very typical for them to pocket stuff. So there's two reasons why she wanted me to pack this all away before I actually move. But it needed to be done anyways. And honestly, I wish eBay didn't have a ton of fees, and I wish it was much easier instead of selling them one by one, because I would be selling them. Because what good does it do me just sitting on a shelf? You know what I mean? You suck, Jeter 55789. I suck. It's not a very nice thing to say, Jeter. Yeah, so it's not that exciting. I would love to be selling them, but not bad. The first thing I'm packing up for the night is this. One of my favorite things I've collected. Oh, man. I just gotta get this over with, you know? And yes, and honestly, it feels good to take a break from Arena, because like 3 days back to back, I was getting my butt kicked. Well, 2 days ago, I was doing all right. Yesterday, I picked up right where I left off. You know what I'm saying? So it just feels good to get that out of the way. Taking a little bit of a break. Jeter 5578. That is actually my first hateful message since I started streaming, and I feel like that's a pretty big win. It gets trucked. Yes, it does. However, I was watching today the Pro Tour. The Pro Tour kind of made me amped up to play again, but I don't have any other time to get this done. And I got a bot message. All right, let's continue. What's stressful about that is it doesn't go in that box very well. So I'm going to put some more starter decks. And these starter decks I don't care that much about. They're just Spanish starter decks I probably got for pennies on the dollar back in the day. I mean, they're kind of cool, but not that much nostalgia in it for me because they're Spanish. So I'm not going to do much in the way of protection for these. Oh, man. And they're kind of an odd shape because they're in like this. In America, they didn't have them in these weird plastic shells, but for the Espanol versions, they did. This is the Pegasus deck. Oh, and guess what? You missed it. Yesterday, I played a Simic deck. I forgot to tell you that. I played Simic yesterday. I did the Jumpstart thing, and I picked Simic. And it was actually kind of fun. I don't think it was like a main Simic strategy. It had a lot of manifesting dread in it, which I kind of liked. Like gamified RNG. It was very nice to get out of mono white though for a second. Alright, this is the Joey deck. I had more of these decks than I actually remembered. So it's kind of fun to do this earlier today. I started earlier today before a little bit of exercise and dinner time. And I was running into things that I forgot I had. So that was cool, I guess. These don't really need to be back. Might even just throw them away. Because it's just basically hoarding at that point. Do I have cards in these? No. Same thing with this. Same thing with this and this. Okay. Moving on to these. These have cards in them. Moving on to this. Stranger. I tried the Jumpstart today too, and I had one deck that just sucked and one that went pretty good. I'm always trying to grow my arena collection. Just too strong in casual at least. Wow. What deck did you get, Stranger? And also, Stranger, thanks for coming back. Kind of a different stream today, granted, but this needs to be done, and I needed to get the stream in, so I figured, why not give it a shot? However, it may be a bit boring, granted, but right now I'm packing up a Yugi Reloaded deck and a Kaiba Reloaded deck. So it might be interesting. I don't really know. I was watching the Pro Tour today, and the stream kind of cut out on me, so I don't even know who won. Unfortunately. However, I will say what was good news for me is that The decks I've been losing to with my mono white crap is the decks that were in the final and the semifinal that I watched. So that was like a little bit of vindication. All right, that was another one packed. I'm not putting too much thought into the decks that aren't very expensive. Oh, thanks for having my back, Ma. You're the best. Anytime. It's fun to chat and hang out. I honestly don't remember which ones I got, but one didn't have anything below 3 cost cards, and the other was 4 colors with blue and red being the main colors. I still like what I was playing yesterday. What color was it? Was it did you get the skeletons? I kind of regret not picking skeletons. But if I don't know how long I'm going to do this because I hate packing. I hate it with a passion, but it needs to be done. I would rather be playing Arena, actually. I got you? Yeah, thank you, Mai. Man, Mai, I wish you were on stream yesterday because I picked Simic because of you. I totally misplayed the heck out of my first game, but the second game with it, I played pretty darn decent, and I got the dub. I got the dub through combat, too. Like, I did the math perfectly. And that felt pretty decent. God, this feels so silly to do. Packing all this crap. When my realtor and broker, you're welcome. But they just didn't give the option. I hate moving too. Man. Yeah, it was kind of it wasn't that embarrassing because like it's my hobbies, so it's not embarrassing. But like the amount of excess that this wall is, that was the embarrassing part to me. But they were understanding, but they did say, get it out of here. So that's what I gotta do. Egyptian god decks, like why I'm displaying these, but like they're $10. So maybe I should just donate them and then buy them again if I want them again. However, this is pretty cool. It is like one of my favorite structure decks. It is the Seto Kaiba structure deck with the ABC deck. Love this deck. Great deck. Had some good times playing it in that era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Unfortunately, that era has come and gone. But it's still a little nostalgic for me. It's a little stressful actually not having a hard shelf. Oh, actually, I could just... Yeah, do I replace one of these shells? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. I think this will be fine. Bubble wrap is enough padding and it won't move around too much. And what I'm actually pretty impressed with is that I'm fairly far away from my mic right now. And no one has told me that they can't hear me. So I think that's a win. I was a little bit concerned. I did like a test recording and I played it back. And I couldn't really tell if it was too bad to do this or not. Okay, now the rest of this doesn't need bubble wrap. So I can just set that over here. Pretty much just junk. What's a little bit stressful is the booster boxes up here. I mean, these aren't very high monetary value, but just, again, a little nostalgia. I got some Crow booster boxes that I kept and didn't open. Magical Hero. I honestly don't even remember what's all up here. Dungeon and Dice Monsters, kind of cool. But pretty beat up, just kind of nostalgia. So it's not a high monetary value at all. I think I pretty much already packed up the high monetary value. I just have so much loose stuff. That's the part that's pretty difficult. All right, here goes the first booster box of the evening. 1, 2. All right, cut that perfectly. I cut that perfectly. There we go. I'm just going to put the booster boxes and the Duel Master Guide on the top so nothing can weigh it down so it doesn't bust open the boxes. Since there's not that much protection. And I think I'm just going to call that a day. There we go. I think that'll work. And what I did before this, that I had to do before starting the stream, because it would have been in the way, is this table that I'm using to work on was over there, and there was like a whole bunch of green screen nonsense, and somehow I've collected like 10 different tripods, but they're not good tripods. So I'm fixing to probably run a pretty big trip to Goodwill. I think that's how I'm going to solve this problem. Because as of right now, the hallways are a mess. Okay, put that over here. Oh, this is pretty cool. This is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card. Very nostalgic. And it came in a sealed magazine pack like this. So, pretty cool. This will go... It's so thin. That's the thing here. But maybe I could just put it on top of the box like a master guide. Okay, some more booster boxes. Let's get these out of the way. Another cool one. The Bakura Legendary Duelist booster box. Got 2 of them. I remember opening this one and the Merrick one. I think I got rid of all the Merrick ones. I had such bad luck pulling stuff from the Merrick ones. 1, 2, 3. The Merrick one, the only chase card basically was a Ghost Rare, which to the Magic players means nothing, but it's like back then a Ghost Rare was equivalent to a serialized card, basically, in Magic. And I bought a whole case of those dang things, and I didn't pull one. Back then, I made very stupid decisions with my money. However, I feel like that's par for the course of being young. When you're young, you make stupid decisions like that, so I just gotta move on and not think about it. It is definitely not the stupid decisions I've made with my money. I've made horrendous decisions. But you learn from them, and you move on. Literally. Still doesn't keep me up at night, per se. But I do think about it from time to time. Okay, another booster box done. Oh, wow, that's crazy then. Yeah, man. Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 more 5 more booster boxes. And another thing that sucks about moving is you don't really think about that, but bubble wrap is pretty expensive. Just young, dumb, that phrase gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't know why. I knew someone in high school that had it as their, like, Instagram bio. I didn't like that guy. He was kind of grody. But the phrase is accurate. Alright, this is actually probably one of my favorite sets in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Because, again, there's nostalgia with it. All of my collection is nostalgia. I don't really buy anything for any other reason. It had a very cool alternate artwork of the Dark Magician. And I actually pulled it. I think I pulled it in my first box, which also gives me good vibes for this box. That's why I kept one sealed. Because I know eventually I will want to open it again just for that reason. In fact, one of the binders right there probably has it. It actually might be in a deck, but I don't even... It's been so long since I was in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Or played Yu-Gi-Oh! I should say. I still like it. I have no idea where it is. It's somewhere in this freaking mess. And to make matters worse, this is what you can see. But like, there's another shelf right there, and it goes very deep. And it's just... I don't know. A lot of the stuff isn't even worth selling because, like, a lot of the non-booster box sealed products are pretty big. They're like that big. So I feel like you'd probably be paying $20 in shipping. Then factor in eBay. If you sell it for $100, you're actually pocketing like $60. You're losing money. Crap situation. Oh, and here's the card I was talking about. That thing that was sealed, here it is in the wrapper. So that's my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card right there. And I probably have, here's like 3 of them that are all sealed, but I probably have close to 50 of those cards. When you're into something, you're really into it, I suppose. Put the trash over here. A card shop that went out of business. That's amazing. It's nice to pull stuff you actually want from boxes. Yeah. It felt good because that was the chase card of that set. That was the equivalent of the serialized, even though it wasn't close to serialized value. But I bought these keychains from a card store that went out of business. Well, they didn't go out of business. They chose to go out of business. They were done. But they're pretty cool. I also bought that sign that says Yu-Gi-Oh cards sold here, which I think that's neat because it actually lights up. But I think it's broken. I do think it's broken. I haven't actually tried to light it up, but the guy said it was broken and I trust him, so I haven't tried it. Just enough bubble wrap for one more booster box. I gotta bust out another roll. Hopefully one tote is big enough for all the booster boxes that I have. I think it will be fairly close. I don't know what I'm going to do with my loose packs. That's going to be quite the conundrum. Alright, here goes my second... Actually, it's my third of the day. My third bubble wrap thing. Let's cut this first. I'll use its own adhesive to wrap this one in. This one's cool because obviously it has Yugi on the cover. I think I might have opened one of these boxes, but there was no cards that I was like super interested in, I think. Or I might have just bought the singles. It's been so long, but I did like how the box looked because I like that yellow color. And having the Pharaoh on the cover, it don't get much better than that for me. Because a long time ago, back in like 2005, is they went away. Every product had him on it, basically. Had him or another character on it. And then in about 2005, they went away from that. And I feel like wasn't a smart decision. Because I feel like he separated you from Magic and other TCGs at that time. I feel like Konami wanted to like transition to more of a mature vibe like that to compete with Magic the Gathering, but that just was not going to happen. I don't think there's been very many, if any, people converting from Magic to Yu-Gi-Oh. Vice versa though, probably all the damn time. Especially since considering I am one of them. Okay, one more. This box, like the first modern booster box I bought, getting back into this stuff, and I freaking pulled cracked with this. I got every chase card right away in this, and that's why I kept one. Because there was like no reason to open any more booster boxes. That's how good I pulled. Like, every box I opened just was cracked. So I felt like I had to save it. Plus, it just looks good. The green on that, the green and yellow, looks great. Thought it was a good display piece. Obviously, regret keeping it now. Would rather not be dealing with it. It's kind of crazy how much my mindset has changed with crap like this. Kind of feels good, though. I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff in the past 6 months to a year. Been a lot less materialistic, which feels phenomenal. Here's some cool stuff. Some blister packs of the GX era and the 5Ds era, which is almost just as nostalgic for me as the OG ones. Oh, and this is cool. The movie back in 2005. Here's a booster box from that time. Exclusive pack. One of my favorite movies. I watch it from time to time. Last time I watched it, I was on a plane, and it definitely kept me from going stir crazy on that trip. I want to be careful with this one. Plus, it looks very nice on a shelf. And honestly, what's crazy about this is that these will be in these totes for a very long time. I really don't plan on opening these totes when we move into our next house. Because packing them is hard enough, so if we ever do move again in a couple years, whatever the case may be, I don't want to go through this again. And honestly, it doesn't bring me any joy looking at them. Some of the stuff on top kind of does, but not enough to deal with them, I don't think. Another movie pack box. This is going to be difficult to wrap. Do I even wrap it? I'm thinking maybe not. Maybe I could just set that on top of everything else. Okay. Let's see what's next. Plastic crap. An empty box that I just have on display for some reason. An absolute ton of loose packs. I don't know how I'm going to pack these. Oh, I bought this Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds product in Hawaii. So that's kind of cool. That should be easy enough to pack. That's what I did with a ton of my Magic the Gathering cards. Pack them up and keep them packed up. Man, that's smart. Especially with Magic. You pack them up, forget about them, and you're probably going to be rich in a few years. If everyone did that back in 2000, can you imagine? Unbelievable. I've heard some crazy stories about that. More loose packs. Dark Crisis, Invasion of Chaos. Very old packs. Very. Dark Crisis, Invasion of Chaos would be the equivalent of like Unlimited, basically. With some of them, that is very true. Yeah, bro, that's honestly, it kind of is a smart idea. Every single Magic set that comes out, buy a collector's booster, just put it somewhere and forget about it. I should start doing that, honestly. This is kind of cool. This is like a promotional deck. It's like a few cards. And it came with like a coupon that you could present to an official store and they give you another free deck, a starter deck. So I thought that was pretty neat. What is next to pack? Okay, let's see. More crap. Don't need to pack that. Don't need to pack this. This is cool. First edition Magic Ruler. The equivalent in Magic the Gathering would be Unlimited again. This is a very cool box. One of my favorite boxes, actually. I'm going to wrap this before. That'll be the next one I wrap, I suppose. And what's crazy about this box I bought it when it was like $200, which is not that bad. Now it's like many thousands, I think. I'm not sure now, actually. They just did this crazy thing, which I wish more companies would take a lesson from, is they reprinted it with like an unlimited printing, where you can still tell that it was like printed in 2025 instead of 2003. So I don't think it really drove down the prices of original products like this. And it was just freaking awesome. More companies should do that. Oh, okay. Someone was asking me what would you do if you get into Yu-Gi-Oh? I always recommend Speed Duel because it's way easier. The pacing is way easier for a newbie, and if you like it, then you can branch on to some more complicated stuff. I am a really big fan of Speed Duels, and I'm probably one of very few. They actually stopped making the product because of how many people played, which makes sense, I suppose. Yu-Gi-Oh players are not like Magic, where like Magic players are all about like fan-made formats like Commander. Yu-Gi-Oh players like have to be told from the company itself whether or not they can like something, but they're not shy about complaining about the shit either. So it's like they're a weird fan base, man. Very weird fan base. I just say play what you like. A lot of people do that. But the people you hear online, they definitely don't. They play what they hate, it seems like, which is just crazy. Absolutely bonkers to me. Alright, that's 2 more decks done. This is another deck. No, trash. Trash just for display. A Beyblade. There we go. I have literally way too many of those. A Rush Duel deck. Couldn't care less about that, to be honest with you. I'll worry about that later. Another deck. These were like the original Speed Duel decks, so I kept them. I see some of the first edition ones coming up last year, and I was wondering how they managed to make first edition anything this time in their life. Now it makes more sense. Yeah, they didn't even, I don't even think they called them Unlimited. They called them 25th Anniversary Edition. So the cards back in the day so the text box mainly were like, less white, basically. Now, in the 25th Anniversary Editions, they're much less, like highly contrasted, so you can read better because all the cards like have a paragraph of text. So that's one way you can tell. However, interestingly enough, and I didn't buy any of this, so this could all honestly be untrue. They did the same thing for one of the most popular sets in Yu-Gi-Oh's history called shoot. What is it called? What is it called? Oh my gosh. It's not the Legacy Collection. Man, I'm blanking on it. That's unfortunate. That's unbelievable. I haven't been thinking about Yu-Gi-Oh! In a long time, and that proves it. But basically, the set had a card from the movie in Secret Rare, which is like Mythic, basically, in Magic. And that card alone was like a couple grand, I think. They reprinted that set, but they try to make it look as if it was printed a long time ago. I don't know if they succeeded with that, but that is what they said on their website. I wanted to buy some, but I decided against it because I've been trying to be a more mature adult, save my money, get myself out of this shite hole that I call a state / house. Okay. Okay, this is getting annoying. Another freaking deck I have to unwrap. Thought I was done, but I think this was the last deck. And then I think I can finish packing the totes. And that'll be one tote done, and honestly, probably the most stressful tote out of them all done. That's actually nice. I cut this bubble wrap a little short. There we go. Wrap it up top. Man, that's gonna freaking annoy the crap out of me because I'm still thinking about it in the back of my head. Yugioh booster box. What? Retro pack. RP02. They did a retro pack, and now they're doing retro pack 2. And apparently they're keeping how the cards originally looked. Which I have to imagine that card I was talking about that was a couple grand probably took a dive in terms of price, which I couldn't care less about, to be honest. Because if people are buying a card game for money, I feel like that's lame. You just enjoy it. How about that? Okay. I think that's my last deck. Oh, not my last deck. This is pretty cool. This is one of the Japanese original decks. Not as much nostalgia as what I've already packed up, which was the English original decks, but a very fine product indeed. And actually, I have like another version of this. A while ago, I had literally the first ever starter decks in Japan, made in like 1999 or something like that. Theatrical release, extremely rare. Didn't think I would ever get rid of it, but I've been less materialistic, and I sold it. In like the span of 60 days, I sold 2 of my cards, and I sold that box, and I sold a watch. All of which I didn't think I would ever sell, really. So that shows I'm growing as a person, and to be honest with you, I don't miss any of them. In fact, I would probably sell 90% of this junk if it wasn't such a faff to do. Well, I guess I could maybe take a picture of everything, post it as like a collection, and start it as a bid. But how my brain works, if I lose, like I lost money on some of those things I sold. I didn't really care because it was just like I lost a little bit of money. But if I lost a ton of money on one collection, that would feel really bad. I hope you got good money from it. I didn't get good money for any of it. To be honest with you, one of the cards I sold was a hard decision. Very hard decision. I don't know if you're familiar with cars, but there's this car called an AE86. It's basically an old Toyota Corolla in America. That's what they called. It was called a Sprinter Trueno in Japan. And that car has a cult following, and I was part of that cult, unfortunately. However, the guy came over to check it out. We hit it off. And when I'm a bad businessman, and I'm not saying it's a business transaction. However, when someone talks about Jesus to me, I'm like, okay, go ahead and take it. I gave the guy a crazy good deal. Because we bonded over the Holy Spirit. But I honestly don't regret it. He assured me that he'd give the car a good home. He wasn't going to let it get rusty, crappy, and all that crap. So, good riddance, get out of my life. One less thing to move. Let's see what's next. Okay, this is what I was talking about. This is really cool. This is like the Duel Master Guide, the one I started packing, but the Japanese version. 2 decks, and a VHS. Really like this product. Very cool looking. It's going to be pretty difficult to pack. Gotta make sure this one stays safe. I would feel bad if this one gets damaged. tape on there. There we go. Hopefully this tape holds. It's not the greatest tape on the planet, but there is another one down, another one down. That's what matters. So you still did good in the end. Yeah, and I found someone to buy that watch I was saying. That felt good. And then the box I was telling you about is another like dual deck box. I love the dual deck boxes for some reason. Obviously, everything I've opened in Magic was like decks. I really like decks for some reason. I'd much rather open a deck than a booster box, I think. There's something about the whole gamified, random nature of a booster box. But if it's a deck, it's something about it. Oh, God. Another deck. I'm really surprised. I ran into, like, I knew I had a lot of junk. I really didn't think it was as much. The fact that, how long have I been packing for? Let me look. 41 minutes. I'm still running into more decks. I was a very stupid young man, that's for sure. But we learned from it. There it is. I'm getting faster at packing, that's for sure. All right, any more? Any more? Yes, there's more. Decks. This one just came out. I just bought this because I'm a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Probably shouldn't have bought it, but I'm not going to pack that yet. I'm going to pack this. This is really cool because it's like a Toys R Us like promotional item when it first came out. They keep coming out of nowhere. It literally does. It kind of blends in. Promotional items for Toys R Us. Pretty cool. Monetary value, not there, but the nostalgia value. This is probably like $5 on eBay. I think I actually paid $5 for it. But how freaking sweet. I'm pretty sure I had this as a kid. I had something like this. I remember having VHS when I was a kid. And then my mom listened to a radio show that was like, Yugioh is like demonic. So she threw away all my cards. And if you look at any childhood picture of mine, I will literally have a Yu-Gi-Oh deck in my hand. So because she threw away all my cards, it caused psychological damage. And this is what happened because of it. If it wasn't for that, none of this would be here. I'd be a perfectly normal adult. R.I.P. I would definitely have more money in the bank, that's for sure. Boom. All wrapped up and ready to go. Let's see anything else that goes into this box. Maybe that 10. Maybe that 10. And that's about it. Everything can go into the second tub. That'd be a horrible thing to go through. Honestly, when you're so young and your mom just like throws it away, I probably moved on. I remember actually, now that I'm thinking back, I tried to replace the hole that I left in my life as a child. Well, actually, now that I'm realizing it, let me move the chat a little bit. Onto over here. Nope, that was stupid. This. I'm on that side, so that would be better. I tried to fill the hole that I left as a child with Bakugan. And Bakugan cannot hold Yu-Gi-Oh's jockstrap. I hate to admit that. So I had like a bunch of Bakugan, and deep down I knew I didn't even like it. So I was just collecting Bakugan because that's all I could. There was nothing else alternatively. This one. Okay, now I can finish packing this coat. I think. Yep. Okay, what do I want to put on first? Maybe the booster boxes, because they're kind of like dense items, and the rest are fairly light. All right, let's start with the booster boxes. Put that there. Ooh, when you stack them 2 at a time, though, that feels like it crushes the insides. Doesn't make me feel too warm and fuzzy, that's for sure. I gotta cut the bubble wrap that's in here to make it a little bit more malleable. There we go. Whew. I deserve a drink of water, I think. Now that I think about it, I probably have a tub at my parents' house with a bunch of Bakugan in it. I wonder if they're valuable now. I doubt it. I haven't heard anyone even mention Bakugan to me in a long time. So I can't imagine it being that popular. Put maybe these in the middle? No. Oh, I know. I'll put a thing of bubble wrap in the middle to fill the gaps. I cannot believe how expensive bubble wrap is. I can't imagine it being that expensive to make this crap. There we go. Now I can put some more strip on there. More. Some bubble wrap on the edges there. Now I can load the rest of the decks up. Oh, that fits perfectly. Do I want to add more? No, I know. I'm going to keep going. That doesn't fit very good. Let me see if I can push this over a little bit. Trying to avoid movement. I feel like damage will come if there's movement or rustling. So I kind of need to pack it tight, which feels a little counterintuitive at first. But that fits great. All right, what's next? I'm going to put this next. This is the thing that I probably like most in my collection right now. Well, actually, maybe just a starter deck Yu-Gi-Oh! I like the best. I doubt it unless there is someone that just collects the cards for nostalgia's sake too. Yeah, that's a good point. Because the marbles were such a... I don't know, I guess it's kind of cool. A marble battle. Just not for me. Not for me at all. I'm sure it could be a fun game, actually, now I'm thinking about it. But I'm definitely not going to try to get myself into it. Alright, that's looking pretty decent. Now I can add just little things on top I wasn't sure about. What can I add? Like blisters? I can add these blisters. And I don't even need to pack them. That's the nice thing about it. I should pack the yeah, I'll put a little bit of bubble wrap on it. And I can just add this as the top layer. There we go. That fits good. What's next? Not this. That can just be tossed there. The Egyptian goddess can be just thrown a slew. I should probably take like cards like this, pack them separate. Stuff like this are heavy. Cards like that. This I can pack in this tote. This I can pack, no, so thin. Oh, these I can pack away, probably. Probably enough room for these. Hot Wheel Yu-Gi-Ohs. Pretty sweet. Again, I bought this from a store that closed. A Yu-Gi-Oh! OTS shop. I can pack... I think I might have enough room for this. This, maybe not in this box. But this is an action figure. I think I got this from the store too. I bought a lot of stuff when they were closing because they were like liquidating, I suppose. This right here has many hundreds of old school booster packs. That is going to be very difficult to pack. I think that will probably be it for this box. Okay. Let's put this here. I can put light stuff. I'm going to put another layer or two of bubble wrap over the Duel Masters guide. Just because I really like that. That'd be like one of the only things that could get damaged in transit. The rest are so secure down there. All right, that's good. Put that over there. This probably won't hurt anything. Hot Wheels. I can put that. Ooh, that works great. This is kind of like not Legos, but Tetris now. This is not bad at all. Put this over here. Maybe I should make it slide around, be able to slide around less and less. That works. That works great. This, probably packed with the single cards. These can go same place. The Egyptian God deck can go in this box. That works there. That doesn't work there, but I can put it here-ish. No, it doesn't work. Oh, that works great. Okay, I think that box is done. I'm going to add just a layer of bubble wrap on top to fill in the crevasses. I feel like this is going to be the most... This tub is the one I was dreading the most. This is a win for me. Huge win for me. Perfect. Should probably label these boxes. Tubs. Actually, do I have a pen in here? I don't think I have a pen in here. That sucks. Oh, since I'm thinking about it, and because Final Fantasy is a recurring theme here, I have the entire Triple Triad card game set from Final Fantasy VIII. What? When I was looking Final Fantasy up, I actually know what Triple Triad is. Well, I don't know like how to play. I just know that it's a card game in the video game. Did they make it in real life? That would be cool. Or do you just have it in the video game? That was in Final Fantasy VIII? Maybe I should play Final Fantasy VIII. But I kind of had my heart set on Final Fantasy X. They did, but only in Japan. Oof. Oh, I wish I didn't read that. And you have the physical cards? Dang, I want to look that up. Should I play Final Fantasy VIII or 10? Or 7? Because then I was looking it up in 7, they made like 7 Rebirth, just updated the graphics. That looked pretty darn cool. Alright, the most stressful tote is done. Before I move it downstairs, I'll move it there. Now it's just all of that. 1, 2, that's like 3. So I'm a big fan of dual discs, and I have a lot. You have the physical cards, man. That is sweet. I gotta look that up. Triple Triad in real life. Triple Triad in real life. Oh, that's sweet. They're pretty good looking cards. For being as basic as they look pretty darn good. Either of those are amazing. I would say 10 because it's better graphics, but 8 have this static leveling up system that makes it interesting. Well, maybe I could do like all the games eventually. I got this for Christmas. That's gonna make it a lot easier. Like a pass-through card for consoles. So I really want to do that. Maybe soon. I don't know when, but maybe this week. That's how heavily I'm considering it. Open the case. Oh, another freaking deck. This got me back into buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Was this product right here. This is when they started making cool shite again. Okay, let's see if I have room in this box. What's nice about that product is that it's pretty sturdy. So I shouldn't have to be that scared about damaging it. But this roll is already at the end of its thing, so I might as well wrap it. I think I have enough room. Right? Oh, I think I do. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see if it closes still. I got lucky. Poor Tetris skills, but I got lucky and pulled it off. The face cards for Triple Triad are the most expensive. Yeah, that makes sense. That doesn't make sense. Wait a second. I was actually looking it up. Didn't they, I don't know what game it was, but they took Triple Triad and expanded upon it in a different game. And it was called like Queen's Blood, maybe? I think maybe it was in 9 even. I mean, that would make sense if it was an 8 and then 9. But, yeah, I don't know. Not an expert at all. All right. I guess we keep cooking here. Let's start doing the dual discs. All right, I'll be right back because I already went through my 2 rolls I had up here of bubble wrap. I'm going to grab some more. Be right back. More bubble wrap. Yay. All right, did I miss anything? I never played 9, but that sounds fun if they did. I'm pretty sure they did. I don't know how it differed from Triple Triad. But I want to say when I was looking it up online that people were happy with it. Like the people that were, the web pages I found, they were talking about it in a positive light. Oh, I probably should do the one with the most sturdy base first. And that is probably the one that's farthest away. Ah! This Yu-Gi-Oh! GX English dual disc. Pretty darn rare. It's gonna be I really like dual discs. Because again, mine mysteriously vanished one day when Hurricane Mom came a-knocking. Let's put a base layer of bubble wrap at the bottom of this tote. And it seems like overkill to freaking wrap these things in bubble wrap. But I don't think my brain's gonna let me do anything besides. Let's see. Honestly, if I wrap it in bubble wrap, it won't even fit. So maybe I have to just wrap, or just like set bubble wrap on top every layer of dual disc in the tub. Alright, we're starting to work a little bit faster, which is good. Maybe I can get a lot of progress done tonight. Yeah, this should be enough protection, I think. Make me feel a little bit calm during the move. What's nice about this is my girlfriend has a relocation. Well, we hope that it goes through, where our company will pay to relocate her, basically. And part of that is a moving company, so if things get damaged, they should replace it. Another one of the English ones. I have a problem. A mental problem. But it is what it is. Putting it in this way, so it's like, because they're a bit angled, so actually that works out pretty good. Amok the Supreme. What's this? What's going on? Hey man, sorry I missed your message. I'm moving, so all this crap that you see, I have to pack. Normally, I would be playing a card game online and streaming. However, I made like a commitment to stream every day. So I'm doing two things at once. I'm packing, hanging out right now with Stranger. Stranger, very nice fella. We're talking about Final Fantasy. And right now I'm packing my dual discs away. Something I have to do. Not looking forward to it. Probably not the most exciting stream on the planet. But if you want to hang out with me and Stranger, that would be cool. Right now, I just packed away 2 of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Discs. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Dual Discs. And it's very shameful to have this much excess crap. But we were all young and dumb at one point in our lives. So cut me some slack, please. Alright, that's enough of the bubble wrap. Actually, this is going pretty okay. This is the original English one. I like this, and I packed it away poorly when I did it. Maybe I just leave it like that. Maybe I do the other one next. I'm going to put this one back up top. And this one I like a lot. Might be my favorite one. 5Ds English. You can find the 5Ds ones in Japanese, but it's hard to find them in English. So I'm a huge fan of this product. In fact, there's a bit of an urban legend. And it's not an urban legend because the cards exist, but they're extremely rare. It's called Vice Dragon. And so basically when they're making the English product, that I don't even think that actually got onto the North American shelves, it was supposed to come with a promotional item. And that item was a Yu-Gi-Oh card called Vice Dragon. However, it didn't come with the card with the dual discs. There's a legend that some of them did, but that can't be verified. But what can kind of be verified is that a booster product called Raging Battle back in the day had it as like not a misprint, but like a misad. It was part of the sheet probably, and it was added to some of the special edition Raging Battles. So it's an extremely rare card that no one can say for certain where they got it from. However, it's pretty much verified that it was Raging Battle Special Edition. But like, I don't think there's been a video of someone pulling it from it. So it's just like word of mouth. If I was a wealthy man, I would definitely buy as much Raging Battle Special Edition as I could just to pull that card, because I've thought about that card way too much. And actually, because of the poor economy, it's not that expensive anymore. It used to be extremely expensive. But I really don't have an interest in buying the card. I do have an interest in pulling the card because that would be cool. Okay. That box, it doesn't have any more room. Just maybe an inch of room. So maybe I do some other random one-offs. What about these? These are kind of cool. Moving on from Yu-Gi-Oh! For a second. Pokemon Evolutions started another starter deck. Pikachu Power. Pretty cool. And it has the original Pikachu art. That's why I got it. Super cool. I don't really want to or need to pack these away in bubble wrap because they're not expensive for one. Doesn't hit me with the nostalgia bone that much. It does a little bit, and that's why I bought it, but I think I can get away with just not packing them away that much. And being okay how the cookie crumbles. I did that like a donkey. There we go. I'll just add like another layer of bubble wrap on top of the ones I added. Very nice. I have one of those too. Why packing up? Kuro, welcome back, my friend. Because I'm moving. And what sucks, it wouldn't be so bad if like I had to be out of my house by like next week. It's like I have to pack this up right now so we can stage this room as the bedroom. And also too, my realtor has to bring strangers into my house. So she said it's very common for them to like see stuff like this and put it in their pocket. So it's like we're probably not going to be moving for like another month or so. And yeah, I'm doing this Herculean task. And that's very cool that you also have one of those, stranger. It does suck, bro. I did already do one tub on this stream, and that one tub was definitely the most stressful part about this. So we're starting to cook, but down here is just a bunch of like single cards, and it's basically a mess. I also have a ton of big sealed product that I just don't want. This is cool. The next one I'm going to add to the box is this Team Rocket starter deck. Get them secured for sure. Way too much bubble wrap, and bubble wrap is expensive as hell as I'm learning. But this is kind of cool. Pokemon Team Rocket starter deck. I'll add some bubble wrap to this one actually, because this one's a bit of nostalgia. A bit. I don't have a lot of Pokemon products because, as we probably all know, the Pokemon scalpers are just like crap human beings. And they kind of ruin it for me. I don't even want to try. Like buying a product 3X just because of like some smelly 40-year-old buying it all from a grocery store. No thanks. Alright, a little bit more Pokemon. Same thing as the Pikachu. Mewtwo starter deck. The Team Rocket one is amazing. Yeah, dude. What I really wanted, and it doesn't come up very often where a Pokemon product sparks my curiosity. However, apparently like a year or so ago, they had like a Team Rocket 25th anniversary or something like that. And that looked amazing. But it, like, even before it came out, it was like already 5x the price. I'm just gonna throw the Mewtwo's in there a little bit. I think I have a little bit more Pokemon. Oh, there it is. Should I put this on top? This, I think, is expensive. This next one. It's a Pokemon... this is my favorite Pokemon set. Pokemon Evolutions XY. My favorite set that they've done. Granted, I don't know what they've done recently, so they could have had something cool, but this super cool cards. Pokemon TCG Scalper sucks anywhere, even here in my country. They're growing dang, bro. I was just assuming that it was an American problem. But it's world. I guess people suck everywhere. It's been confirmed. Everywhere sucks. Destined Rivals is one of those. I'm not sure if that is what you're talking about, but that was last year. Destined Rivals, actually, I think that sounds right. XY is also a great set to have. Dude, yeah, I love this set. Even when I bought this a long time ago, it was an expensive set. I have no idea what it is now, but I don't really plan on opening it. It was more just like I wanted it and put it on my shelf. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. But honestly, too, even if I open the XY box right now, just the scalpers kind of just leave a bad taste in my mouth for the card game as a whole. Because you gotta think, if the Pokemon Company wanted to solve the problem, they could and would. But they don't. So that's part of the reason. Now that booster box is pretty heavy. So it kind of makes me a little worried about the stuff that's under it. So maybe I add a little bit more padding. Just a little bit more. And actually, this might be too tall. Yep. Unfortunately, that has to go in a different box. It is a bit too tall. Can I throw anything else in there? This is when it gets a bit hard. Alright, this is a low value item. Items, I should say. Oh, I do have another Pokemon one, but it's too big, it looks like. So I bought these decks because I wanted to get into Card Fight, but who has the time? Card Fight has like this mechanic called triggers, a deck building mechanic, which I think is pretty darn exciting. So that's why I wanted to, but who has the time? So I can just throw those in there. That's why I just XY is also great. Pokemon in One Piece here. One Piece. I really want. Check this out. I got this, and that's basically all I have from One Piece. One Piece is also like, even though it's new, it's really expensive. That's why I just buy singles when it comes to Pokemon. It's too expensive to do it any other way. Yeah, it's true. Well, you can find a lot of good deals on eBay for single Pokemon cards. The Pokemon cards that I would want to buy is like base set, Machoke, Zapdos, Poliwhirl, and that's about it. That I have heavy nostalgia for those. And I think that's it. What else can I pack away? Oh, I have some more of those little decks. Have you guys ever heard of this card game? Altered. I have some booster packs of Altered. I have some starter decks of Altered. I played it once. Wasn't a big fan. But I only used the starter decks. So it could be a good game. Here's a deck box. I'll put that to the side. Some more Card Fight decks I can just throw in here. Never heard of it. We have all Altered here in my local LGS. Do you like it? Have you played it? Because I would like to like it. Like, I bought it in hopes that I would like it. But again, starter decks are kind of like a weird kind of gray area of gameplay. And Stranger, basically, the premise is pretty cool. I don't know about it actually in action. But basically, they encourage you to actually print proxies. So if you go on their website, you can print out any card you want, I think. It could have changed from their like pre-release stuff, paraphernalia. But that's how it was explained to me. And each card has a QR code that you can scan, and then you like own that card digitally as well, and you claim it so no one can use that QR code again. It's very interesting. I really wanted to love it. All right, I think that's... I'll wait to add those. It's getting a little too heavy for all those decks, and I'm just going to use the rest of the bubble wrap to kind of protect the edges a little bit and make them not like jump around. Jump around. Just one more sheet, and that will be 2 tubs down. I think that's a win. I don't care about the card fight ones. The card fight one's actually literally valueless. I haven't tried, but its community is gradually... Oof. That's interesting. I think I should look into it again. That's a very interesting concept. I guess being in the Philippines, we can source TCGs from Asian and from the West. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. It was a very interesting concept, Stranger, and that's what made me buy it. You know what I'm saying? However, I was disappointed in the starter deck. And I was so disappointed that I didn't even try to expand on it. But maybe I will after hearing from Kudo. Alright, 2 tubs down. That is a win. Alright, I gotta get a 3rd tub. I think I'm gonna continue. What's really disappointing to me is that felt like a lot of work, and I'm not even 20% done. Be right back. I got a tub. More bubble wrap too. All right. Where do we pick up on? Did I miss any chats? I did not miss any chats. Sweet. We're in a weird part. Oh, I have more dual discs. But those dual discs I don't really care about. Well, that one I kind of do. But we're in a very odd spot here. Because there's no obvious path forward. Maybe I do heavy stuff? Here's another Pokemon product. Not even sure what this one is, to be honest. Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box Plus. Oh, Pokemon Go. This is a cool set. The reason why I bought that, have I tried Grand Archive? I haven't. However, it interests me. Grand Archive, if you haven't heard about that, Stranger, is like a Japanesey Magic the Gathering, it feels like. And I feel like that's what it's marketed as. It has intrigued me to buy it, but here's something. Here's an off-the-wall kind of card game. I'm super impressed with this product. Couldn't be more impressed with how high quality this is. Shadowverse Evolve in real life. These boxes alone feel super high quality. Art is really good. Yes, it is. It is really good. It's very good artwork. That's part of the reason why I liked it. Liked it a lot, actually. The Pokemon Go set has been gaining popularity too. Oh, yes, SVE. Really cool cards. Great looking. Like, the card design is great. Not just the characters in the card, but the cards themselves are structured very well. The Pokemon Go set's super cool just because, I think I might have said this already, but because of the Ditto cards. That whole thing of the Ditto, loved it. When I heard about it, I was like, I'm buying the crap out of that set. Okay. Where to next? I think I'm just going to start clearing this shelf here. Make it a little bit more manageable. Alright. Going back in. Lorcana. I don't like the game very much. But I got some stuff for Christmas. And I got the beginner box. Or, no, the first edition. Well, they didn't do a first edition, but like the first booster box, I have one of those. We also have SVE here, but the community here are too elitist for the outsiders. That sucks. That sounds like Yu-Gi-Oh! They are amazing, I agree. Yes, they are. Super cool. Man, that sucks because this game is so intriguing. That's too elitist, man. What are you going to do? Like Yu-Gi-Oh? Yeah. It sounds exactly like Yu-Gi-Oh! Unfortunately. But hey, maybe you'll find someone to get into it with you. A couple more altered decks. These were pretty cheap. I got them all together at one time because I wanted to try the game out. I hate playing Lorcana, but some cards are very valuable. That's interesting. I haven't looked at the market for Lorcana at all. These are weak sauce. I went on this kick of trying to find like a replacement to Yu-Gi-Oh! Obviously, I found it to Magic the Gathering, and also too, I wanted to like I just wanted to experience more card games, find what kind of like card design really tickles my fancy. There's this card game. Oh, this card game right here. ZX. The game design of this game, very intriguing. Very intriguing to say the least. What is this? A Pokemon Go deck box. That's about it. Yu-Gi-Oh! Tactical Tri-Decks. These were extremely popular when they came out. Not sure if they are anymore. I don't really care about them. But some of the cards are very valuable. I didn't miss anything. How do I want to pack this box? Maybe just more dual discs. Feels like such a waste of a tub, but it needs to be done. That corner right there is going to be super annoying to pack. I did my first ever streams. I built this Lego set I got for Christmas. It is literally the most fragile thing on planet Earth, so I don't want to touch it. This dual deck disc came out for some sort of Comic-Con, I think. Pretty cool that they re-released it. However, the quality on it sucks. So honestly, I don't care about them at all. Like, the idea behind it was nice that they did it, but the fact that the plastic is super flimsy and cheap, the mechanism for it to whip around sucks, barely holds itself together. Wonders of the First has caught my attention a lot here lately and is still pretty new. Wonders of the First. Never heard of it. Let's check this out. I'm all for new games. Existence set. 2-player starter set. Let's check this out. Wonders First, 2 players. Embark on the Stone Seeker's journey with our 2-player starter set. Each set includes 2 creatures deck, 2 copies of the first. Let's see what it's all about, though. The game. Let's click on the game. Oh, it's sold out. Well, that's a promising sign, isn't it? The website's kind of dog crap. It's not working very well. Let's click on the story, prologue. Emma, I know why you seek it. The card design is pretty interesting. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Star Wars Unlimited. I'm going to check that out later. The website's being finicky. How did you hear about Wonders of the First? Was it like a Kickstarter or something? Okay. Continuing on the dual disc. Star Wars Unlimited is like strangely, I didn't expect a Star Wars game to be as popular. A Star Wars TCG, I should say, because I feel like they've tried a Star Wars TCG in the past and it's never done any numbers. And I feel like the card design doesn't look that great. It's a card game made by a former Magic the Gathering gameplay designer and looks like a really fun game from watching others play it. Oh, that's pretty cool. A streamer I watched that plays Arena got me interested in it after he voiced his interest. Fascinating. I'm gonna look into it. That's exciting. I love new stuff. Okay, what's next? Oh, I got another one. Great. Fantastic. I remember when these things came out. They were announced. And I was like, well, I don't want... It was literally FOMO. It was literally FOMO, and I regret it. And for some reason, the plastic on all of them are cut. FOMO is so stupid. Especially for something so dumb like that. But we live and we learn. I probably will make that mistake again in the future. And I'll probably realize I'm making a mistake while I'm doing it too. Because honestly, when I was buying these, I knew I didn't need them. And I knew I barely wanted them. Because I already had too many of them. Alright, that's two. I don't think I have any more. Yes, I don't think I have any more of those. I still have this and that. And I barely have room in this gosh dang box. What a waste of a tub. But this one, the original one, actually I think so this one, original series, but it came in blue and red. Don't remember off the top of my head which came first. I'm pretty sure red came first. So I'm just gonna give it a little bit of bubble wrap. Just to protect it from obvious tumultuous journeys. But nothing more besides that. Just around the corners, I think. Because at this point, bubble wrap is more valuable than the gosh dang dual disc to me. I do not want to run out of the bubble wrap. Go in the store make me be down bad. Alright. Oh my gosh. What can I add to this tote to save room? The decks, maybe? The decks, probably. I don't have enough room for that one. Okay, let's try the decks, I suppose. Yeah, there's probably going to be enough room. I just have to fill a void in the box. Fill the void. That wasn't quite enough to fill the void, which is super disappointing. But again, I don't really care about these decks. So I guess I'll just pack them away. In a fairly decent fashion. Yeah, that'll be alright. What's the worst that can happen? I lose $5. Oh man, that's not working out very good. But I'm trying my best. I want to work quickly. Maybe I can get 40% done before I have to go to bed. Alright, that's the last row. Ugh. These, will they fit this way? They will, it looks like. Okay. Got an idea. More bubble wrap. There. And then I can just sprawl these. There we go. Idaho. Alright. Then these, oh, the ZX deck. That was kind of hard to come by. I might hold on to that for a second more. Put that face down like this. Alright, this little strip can go on top. And just, oh, they actually fit pretty good this way. Okay. I'm a Tetris master. Maybe the best in the world. I can put that there. More decks. Literally never-ending supply of decks. I already knew I had a problem, but this really is an eye-opener. I knew I had a lot, but this is crazy. And it's not even like I can give this stuff away. Because, like, the shipping would be astronomical. You know what I mean? Or else I would really consider it. What else can I put in this box? Probably a lot, actually. All that stuff is too big, though. I can put the Shadowverse Evolve in there. Yeah, let's just put them there. I kind of wanted to make a video on the Shadowverse Evolve. Moving is the worst thing to deal with when you have stuff. Yeah, bro. Yeah, but I need to be positive about it because I've been working towards this for so dang long. I need to be positive. So this is actually good. I'm a happy guy. Very happy guy. At this point, the biggest thing for me is just the regret. The regrets of having this stuff. I have some pretty cool things I kind of want to show you guys over there. If I pack that stuff away, I can't make videos on it now. Okay, I'm packing it away. This is not the cool thing I was referring to. It is not. I'm actually going to wrap this stuff up because I bought it for nostalgia. I'm wrapping everything with nostalgia. Even if it's a little bit. I'm going to take that a beat so it doesn't... I don't want this stuff to get crushed. And actually, this is the first thing I've bought from Yu-Gi-Oh! In so long. It's these Yu-Gi-Oh! 5 deck boxes, 5Bs decks. I think I showed you already. And like, everything about them is so chintzy. Like, so cheap. Like, the box is like paper thin, and the decks are in there without any sort of packaging material. So like, I'm sure thousands of people had damaged decks. That needs a lot more bubble wrap, unfortunately. Alright, that is perfect. Something that I've been doing recently is I've been trying to learn Spanish. My girlfriend won a trip basically through her work for her and her significant other, lucky me, to go to the Dominican Republic. And that is going to be in a couple months. We'll be going. So I have a couple months. And I would like to be able to conversate in a non-stupid manner. Like, I don't want to just be like, Banyo. I want to actually, like, speak in, like, childlike sentences at the very least. So that is topical. I don't think I've talked about that yet on the stream. Another deck goes in. And it makes me wish that I paid attention in high school. Because I literally could not care less back then. However, it's kind of crazy how much I picked up just through osmosis. A shocking amount. Like verb conjugations, basic verb conjugations, I got pretty down. Like yo pongo. Pongo, maybe? Let's see, did I miss a chat? I know a tiny bit of Spanish thanks to high school, not enough to survive, but a tiny bit. I want to go to Puerto Rico one day, and Cuba. I've always wanted to go to Cuba, my brother. Why are you packing it? First of all, thank you so much for being here. Secondly, I'm packing it because I am moving. Even though I've been complaining a fair bit of the amount of pure crap I have here, I'm excited about moving. It's been a goal of mine for many years. I've accumulated way too much crap, and it's now time to pack it up because my realtor wants to show the house to people, and she says that things like this, people just put in their pocket when they're being shown a house. So that's why they want me to do it now, when I'm probably not going to be moving for another month or so. Yeah, it sucks though, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, honestly, the biggest thing besides the fact of packing this stuff is just it's kind of embarrassing. The amount of excess, the amount of bad decisions. Like this right here, hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of booster packs. Ugh. I was an idiot, but we learn from our mistakes. And Puerto Rico, stranger, the thing about Puerto Rico, other than Cuba would be awesome to visit. Puerto Rico, too, is that car I told you I sold is actually extremely common there, and you can buy them for really cheap. So people go to Puerto Rico, buy them there, ship it back, just because for some reason they're really popular there, just as like a commuter car back in the day. So that's a fun fact about Puerto Rico. I want to go there as well. But not for a while. That's for sure. I don't need any more stuff, obviously. Let's see. What do I have? I have a couple inches left of this box. And I think I'm pretty much out of decks. And I know I've said that many times before. Oh no, that's Beyblades. I can put Beyblades in this box. Oh wow, that is also very interesting to learn. Puerto Rico, very interesting place. Oh, this, I've shown you this before, stranger. The pot I bought, the Tarkir decks for Magic the Gathering. I don't regret this purchase. I'm very excited about it. But that is not going to get packed up. That is going to be off the side. Beyblade products. Pretty much just trash at this point. When I got really invested in Beyblade, I bought a bunch. So these are like the Marvel collab. I'm not even a Marvel guy. I just bought them because, again, I'm stupid. I think I can sneak that in there, though. I'll put this off over here. I can put that here. Maybe just a little bit of bubble wrap. Maybe there are good collector's item, though. Maybe it was a decent purchase. I can probably fit a couple more. This was cool. Star Wars collab with Beyblade X. It's a really good one, too. Yeah, I mean, I was really excited about Tarkir. I bought the Walls of Ba Sing Se for that one commander, Abzan Armor. That precon I was excited about most. I think that might be the only card I bought for that deck, actually. That fits very nicely there. That just needs a inch of bubble wrap, not too much more. Okay, that's gonna be close. Maybe I can put it here. Okay, I feel like that's gonna get damaged. But that's a really good one too. Don't think I missed anything. I don't think I actually have room for that. That's gonna get damaged for sure. Maybe there? No. Maybe here? Okay, that fits. I can sneak that here. Perfect. Tetris King. And that is all she wrote for the third tub. Let's see if it fits. If I fits, I sits. I think that's good enough. There we go. Boom. 3 totes done. All right. What time is it? I do have an early morning. It's 10:08. Maybe I could do one more tub. This next tub is going to be difficult, though. Okay, let's try it. Let's give it a shot. Four tubs. I did not expect to do 4 tubs today. All right, check this out. Well, when I said check it out, I didn't mean this, but I might as well check. Yugioh did something pretty darn cool back in the day. And they do it at pretty much every convention. I got an official Yugioh card with me on it. And I didn't even have to go to the convention. This is awesome. I got it for free. Konami mailed this to me for free. And I posed as if, like, in the show, they, like, captured people's souls in cards. So that's how I posed. So that's cool. But what I was referring to check out is this. Big part of my... me and my sister got these for Christmas. We had to return mine 3 times. Because mine never worked. Hers did. And I still, to this day, never had one that worked. And so, just like Yu-Gi-Oh!, when my mom threw away all my cards, caused the mental problem, I bought this in adulthood because of that. And I bought this so I really liked back in the day Proto Man. And Proto Man was super rare even back in the day. I couldn't find them in the store. So basically this box, and it's actually packed very well, so I'm not going to do it, is 3 of the red ones. Childhood me would be freaking out. And actually what's also cool about this, it comes in the original Mattel packaging. I love this set, this product. And what's funny is that they're all still sealed. So to this day, I've never had a working one of these. Which is kind of funny. Cosmic sort of sense. And then I bought these. It's like loose chips for these. And I doubt these work. So yeah, multiple childhood issues causes adulthood issues. That makes it even more amazing. I love that. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Okay, that's going to be kind of nerve-wracking to pack. However, this was packed extremely well. So I can just put this in here, I think. Yeah, fits pretty good. I have enough room for that, but that's going to require a little bit of bubble wrap, in my opinion, on the bottom of the tub. And I'll cut another piece. Same length. There we go. Hopefully this fits. If that does, this tote's really cooking. Another dual disc, but this one's the Japanese version. Comes with a calculator, a card, and I think like one other thing, promotional item. Can't remember off the top of my head. Ooh, it fits, and it fits well. That was almost, it's almost like it was meant to go there. And I think I might have enough room. I definitely have enough room for the Pokemon Go Elite Trainer box. And I might be able to even fit this in there too. But that's going to require maybe a little bit more bubble wrap. Because I was just talking about this today, funny enough. Is back when Pokemon Go was released, I, like most people, had a great time playing that game with people you would never usually hang out with or talk to. The world was truly healed for that like 3-month period of time. That was another reason why I bought the Pokemon Go set. The world was great back then. Just for that 3 months, though. Okay, what's next? What's next? Could do this. A couple gold sarcophaguses, which holds the Millennium Puzzles, which this is a very cool product. The Millennium Puzzle is because the Millennium Puzzle in the show, it was like the hardest puzzle known to man. No one could solve it. No instructions, obviously. That comes with no instructions. I can't believe a company did that. It's something that's so obvious, but like companies just always drop the ball. So when they get it right, I have to buy it. So I bought a lot of them, unfortunately. But they're not too heavy, so I can definitely put them on the dual disc. And know that fits pretty darn good. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, man, that's hard to see. I think I'm going to put it like this. Got another one. Third one. So stupid. But for some reason, well, I know the reason, is I have to buy things in threes. Yu-Gi-Oh! is 3 copies is allowed in the deck. And that's where it probably stems from. I know it's a stupid thing to really do. But hey, that's par for the course of me. It could be worse. I could have been into Magic as a kid. Actually, I prefer that. I'd probably be wealthy. But then again, my mom would have probably thrown them away. It would have been 4 things I would have needed to buy instead of 3. Pokemon Go was a lot of fun way back in the day. Yeah, man, it was. I was just thinking about this today. And I honestly haven't thought about Pokemon Go in a long time, too. It was a ton of fun. Okay, let's move this down. This is pretty cool. A Yu-Gi-Oh! Dispenser for Yu-Gi-Oh! Dispenser for booster boxes. And it's literally Yu-Gi-Oh! Branded right here for official tournament shops. So, this, pretty cool item. It's going to be very difficult to pack, though. But I needed to get it down because what else would I have? Did I miss anything? I was going to say that's more likely something she would throw away just because it's Magic related. That's fancy, too. It is pretty fancy. Yeah, for sure. She would have thrown that away so fast. But I could have gotten lucky because I'm pretty sure the story, the lore, the legend is someone on the radio, some Christian radio show was like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is demonic. Maybe he said Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon and Magic is demonic. Probably. So I probably would have been screwed nonetheless. But if he just said Yu-Gi-Oh! Is demonic, I would have been a healthy kid. I would have grown up. I wouldn't have had any of this. Maybe a couple Magic cards here and there. My mom made me a poor adult, basically, is what I'm saying. Probably the Millennium Puzzles next. I feel like this is a light, and this is that product I was just telling you about. No instructions, like a die-cast product. Very cool. And actually, this is what it looks like when it's put together. One of the coolest products known to man, in my opinion. Alright, this doesn't... I can probably just put a little bit of bubble wrap on the edges of the tub so it doesn't bang around. But I doubt that this product is very expensive. So it's not like it matters too much. It's more of a decoration piece just because of how cool it is, in my opinion. That barely fits there, and I don't think I'm going to get very much more room out of that. Ooh, kind of risky. This is going to go to the bottom of this tub, the XY booster box, because it fits there so well. Like it's almost meant to be there, but it is at the bottom of the tub, but everything else is going to be light. So it should be fairly safe. A little bit more bubble wrap. That's amazing. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much. Alright. Some Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's paraphernalia. Actually, what's cool about this necklace, so it's worn by one of my favorite characters in the show, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's. And I met this Japanese fellow that spoke Japanese, obviously he's Japanese, but he also spoke English and Spanish. So we were speaking in Japanese and Spanish together, and it was just one of those moments where like, wow, I'm doing something. And basically he was like, hey, if you ever need something in Japan that you can't find, let me know. And I was like, yeah, I've actually been searching for this discontinued product for a long time, off and on. And he was like, I'm on it. 6 months, maybe even a year later, he hits me back up, like, hey, bro, I found it. And this is someone I've never met, just met him online. He was a seller on eBay. So that was cool. That's how I got that product. I got 3 of them. Mental problem. It is what it is. It is what it is. Fun and Tomito is the guy's name. That's his store page if you ever need something from Japan. Fun and Tomito. Because he's such a gentleman and a scholar, I bought a lot from him. Stuff I didn't want nor need. This is a thank you, I bought stuff from him. Okay, do I have enough room for anything else in this box? I might get lucky here. Will it fit on its side? No, but it's close. What about over here? No, but it's close. So this has to go in a freaking different tub. Alright, this is another cool product. It's not a puzzle you put together, but it is a Millennium puzzle. And it's like solid. It's not metal. It might be a little bit of metal, but this, pretty cool. It looks like it does in the show, so you know that I had to buy it. I love stuff like this, just as a display piece. Because again, when I was a kid, I wish stuff like this existed, but it didn't. It probably did in Japan, not in America. I certainly wasn't gonna have the good fortune to be able to buy it. And this is gonna be a difficult thing to get out. Come on. Come on. There we go. Put this back in there. That box smells nasty. Box smells sour. -2 points for that. Oh, and it fits like a freaking glove. Love it when a plan comes together. Love it when a plan comes together. I'll just use that to slide on in there. And that rubs against the XY box so nicely. really compacts it. That really compacts it. What is this? Another one by that same company, but I don't know what comes in here. Empty box. Maybe it's this? So this is really cool. The gold sarcophagus, and it's like a legit heavy item. Oh, and I have my wallet. So I bought this wallet, Louis Vuitton wallet in Vegas. Such a stupid purchase. Like, I couldn't care less about designer stuff. Why did I buy this? My girlfriend's a bad influence. That's why I bought it. Literally never used it a day in my life. Nor do I even want to. But there's no way this goes in this box. But I just don't see anything else that goes in this box. Oh, right there. I see it. I see it. Same material as the other one, I think. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Huh. Let me just try it this way. Oh, no. It must be the metal one. That's really surprising because this box is pretty flimsy. And that thing is heavy as heck. This, I want to say, was like a, not a Lego thing, but you gotta put it together. Oh yeah, it was the sarcophagus that I have sealed. I have 3 of them, and this is what it looks like put together. Okay, now it's coming back. Okay, so this is gonna be loose items. This is the limited edition Beyblade product that came in with a manga. This is pretty cool. That Beyblade came with a Cardfight Vanguard deck and the manga for all included in the price for just the same price as the manga. Kind of crazy. Oh, I can pack this away. Will it fit? It won't. Of course not. Huh. Maybe I just put it in here. I mean, that's asking for trouble. Maybe I use a little bit of bubble wrap. It probably won't even fit when bubble wrap is inserted into it. I must pack it away. Well, that works a little bit. That's going to be clanging around. Let's add a layer, another layer of bubble wrap. Let's see. All right. Maybe that's even how it came from the factory and I just threw away the bubble wrap. Okay, but this is probably, that feels kind of bad because of how heavy it is. Another funny story, but the ex-wife wanted a Coach purse, and while I was in the Middle East, I went to a black market and got, that's my guy right there. I love that shit. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. And it all stems from Yu-Gi-Oh! I sound like a broken record, but it is what it is. In the show, they had knockoff cards. So I always thought it was the coolest thing. And my girlfriend went on like this master's business trip for her master's program. When she went to I think the Philippines or something, they have a huge market. And she got me a fake Omega. And it looks real. I got a comment from a jeweler once because of it. You're back. I made some pretty okay progress. So fake Omega, fake Coach, fake Louis. I wish I could say this is fake, but it's not. It was just a bad decision that I'll never freaking use. Full of them. Full of bad decisions. Alright, well, let's see what's next. Oh, and also, stranger, thank you for your service. You've been here? You've been here the whole time? I freaking love you guys. Oh my god, I literally can't appreciate you and a stranger more. You motivate me to keep streaming every day. And it's like a diet. I know once I don't stream one day, I'm never streaming again. So far, it's because of you I have continued. All right. I gotta lock in. I gotta freaking lock in. These are cool. Probably not gonna be cool to you guys, but these are cards, really popular cards in the show, and they're pots, and they made mugs, but they also made this big ass pot back here. Such a cool thing. I appreciate it. The service sucked, so I'm glad I escaped. I bet, bro. That's why I'm so thankful that you. I mean, yeah, man. Thank you so much. I can guess that I've never been in any situation like that, so I can only imagine. So I'm glad you escaped it. Definitely. And now I'm hanging out with you, so I'm very thankful. Okay. These are going to be very difficult to pack. I'm at a loss, guys. I'm at a weird place right now. I guess, I mean, it's Lorcaina's too big. Hey, I got something magic to show you guys. I haven't mentioned this, but this is, I don't know how you guys feel about it. It's kind of a hot topic in the magic community I've seen online. It's secret layer stuff. Is heads I win, tails you lose deck. I bought it because the mechanics of the deck seemed really fun. And it was overpriced. So I regret the purchase, but I have it. So, you know, whatever. I went too ham on the magic thing. I would like a piggy bank of Pot of Greed. Yeah, that would be cool. Hey, speaking of piggy banks, it's not Pot of Greed, but it is green, and I got a Toy Story piggy bank right there. Pretty topical, if you ask me. That is gonna be difficult. That's porcelain and freaking cheap and all that stuff. Nice. I like some of the secret layer products. I wish I was into the game when the Angels deck came out, because the Angels like commander thing would be right up my alley. Those aliens are the best. They really are. I love those things. I miss my plushie of the alien. Oh man, I got some plushies. Aren't really my thing, but I really like Easter. So I have a Pikachu coming out of an Easter egg plushie. And really, what gets me is the Pokemon Center sometimes has like this thing where if you buy something and you accrue a certain limit, you get like these promotional cards. Well, I bought this because like I needed to accrue a certain amount, and they got me, but it works. But I did get like a $300 promotional card that was a special delivery Charizard? Pikachu? A special delivery something? Pretty cool. I don't know what happened to my alien. Cute. Thank you, Mom. That alien escaped. What happened was a giant crane came in through your window, pulled it out, and was like, "I've been chosen." Whatever he said in the show. That is what happened, and you can't convince me otherwise. Okay, now I'm really at a loss though, for real, guys, because nothing really fits in this tub, but I have plenty of room. Oh, I could put this in here. Pokemon Emerald. Childhood staple right here. Plenty of room in here. I can just... It's already in a case. Maybe down here. Oh, it's going right on top of the XY Evolutions booster box. The Claw! Exactly. Rayquaza? Me too. My favorite movie of Pokemon was... I don't even know the name, and the last time I tried to find it online, I couldn't find it. But it was the one where Rayquaza was fighting Deoxys. That shit slaps. I think about it from time to time. It was like the perfect amount of like futurism and coolness. When I was a child, I was in awe. My mouth was agape. That sounds weird. I wish I didn't say that sentence, but whatever. Well, I have stuff down. Okay, I have stuff down here I can do. I thought the decks were over with, but here's what: 6 more decks. Link Brains, very underrated show. I like it. I cannot believe that we're 2 hours in, and I'm still talking about these gosh dang decks. I genuinely have a problem. I think I can just slide these in 2 at a time on the side of this box here. There we go. That works. And because these decks are essentially valueless, I don't really care that much that they get damaged. I love clip it. Clip it. Clip it. Oh no, don't clip it. Don't clip what I just said. Now I see. I don't understand where you're going. That would be bad. My first clip from streaming is saying something pretty darn sus. That is the story of my life. Alright, what else? Oh, another deck. I genuinely hate myself. But into the bin it goes. What else could I do? What else could I do? Man. That really is it. Oh, I could do that. Okay. More. Uh-oh. That could have been disastrous. More Beyblade products. Transformer collabs. I almost just yanked my Ethernet cable right out of my PC. That would have been... I may have cried. Honestly, I may have cried. Okay. I need to stop. I think that fits there. Just barely. And I think... Oh, that fits so nicely. Oh, I'm the best. That seals the deal for me. Oh, I can put these Mega Man in here. The spare pets. Personal entertainment terminal. Personal something terminal. Don't know. Can't remember. I don't think yeah, I'm not going to put another bubble wrap thing. I don't care at this point. I do not care. Maybe I do, but not today. Boom! That's 4 tubs done. That's pretty darn impressive. And honestly, it looks like I did some stuff. It really does. But when my eyes drift downwards, the story gets worse and worse. I think the last thing I'm going to show you, because I don't think I'm going to... I know you guys are hanging out with me, so you must... I don't know. I just feel like this can't be as engaging as me sucking at Arena. So I would like to go back to playing Arena or Final Fantasy. So maybe this was just me testing to see if this kind of type of stream is a watch-worthiness. I don't know. But check this out. So this is the Japanese version. So the story behind... So these are the 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons in Secret Rare. The story behind this is for the longest time in Yu-Gi-Oh! That card in English, which is right here. I have both in Japanese and English. That card was the Yu-Gi-Oh! Equivalent of a Black Lotus. It was the Holy Grail. That has actually shifted since a lot of scalpers got into the community ever since 2020 and this being printed. It kind of shifted. Is the only time that Blue Eyes White Dragon was printed in that rarity was in a video game way back when. I have one of those, one copy of those. I always wanted 3. I could justify it. But now because it's no longer the Holy Grail of Yu-Gi-Oh! LOB might be. Other things have come and gone. They're a lot cheaper. So I bought mine for a ridiculous amount, and now I think you could probably have it for half the price because of that. It's fun just to see what all you got and hear stories about it. Wow, that's crazy to think of too. Cool things. Thanks. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys are probably not into Yu-Gi-Oh! I can't imagine. Ever since making the switch from Yu-Gi-Oh! To Magic, I can't imagine going back. So these are probably all brand new stories. The fact that this product caused such a shift in Holy Grails in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community, honestly, I don't mind it just because, like, it's... I don't know. I like the product. And you see these briefcases right here? So in the show, back in the day, the main villainous guy who just became like a side main character, came in with his briefcase full of Yu-Gi-Oh cards like a badass, and they made the briefcase into a product. And again, just like the Millennium Puzzle, when companies get things right, which is rare, I have to buy it. And I bought 2 of them. So there's 2 of them right there. Again, I'm very stupid. I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! Except for the TV series. No, but still cool to see. Yeah. The TV series is peak, and that's why I loved it as a kid. I love Kaiba's case. There it is. There's Kaiba's case in the flesh. In the living metal. I couldn't believe it when they came out with it. I was like, this is something I wish I had as a kid. So as an adult, I'm going to waste hundreds of dollars on it. Hundreds of dollars that could feed my kids. I don't have kids, but my future kids could have survived for a couple weeks off of that money. But here we go. I think that is all I'm packing for tonight. Oh my, check this out. Official Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster pack holder. Such a waste of money here. Why do I need things that hold booster packs? Why do I have another one right here full of it? Packing these booster packs is not something I'm looking forward to. But, wow, you can't even see me anymore. So used to sitting at my desk, I thought that was embarrassing. You let them, yeah, they all, I let them starve, that's true. After this move, maybe kids will be in my future. But, anyways, I think I'm going to bid y'all adieu, though. Yeah, you talked about it. I've never left. Oh, yeah. That's true. That's true. I did talk about it. Man, you're paying attention. The fact that you had it on the side and you were paying attention and you heard it and unbelievable. My life is great. You guys make me realize my life is... The fact that you guys are here, I'm blessed. Literally, I'm blessed. All right, guys. I've hit my packing limit for the evening. I do have an early morning, but I think 4 tubs is a success. I was thinking I was only going to do 2 tubs. I think I'm about 30% done. Because I think I only have a couple more things I have to pack carefully. And then the rest can basically just get tossed in. So I might be able to knock this out as soon as I get home tomorrow. Eat some food, exercise, jump on. Maybe, and let me ask you this. I know Stranger is down to watch this, but what about you? Would you watch if I streamed Final Fantasy 10? I think I've settled on 10. I could be convinced for a different one, though. I'm not going to do 14. 14 is ridiculous. You have to pay $100 and then a subscription. I refuse to pay subscriptions. I didn't pay ESPN Unlimited for the Australian Open. I'm sure as hell not paying a subscription for Final Fantasy. Yeah, good work. Thank you so much. It's a lot of progress. Thank you so much, Stranger. Maybe? Ooh. So you're telling me there's a chance. Maybe I will stream Final Fantasy. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe not the next day. But someday, soon-ish. Well, with that, thank you so much for hanging out with me as long. I'm not too sure about Final Fantasy. Neither am I. But I wasn't sure about Magic the Gathering. And I've loved it. So, and because I love the Final Fantasy card so much, I feel like it's worth a shot to get into it. Plus, there's something called Blitzball in Final Fantasy X. And that seems fun. In Final Fantasy VIII, Stranger, you probably heard this. Me and Stranger were talking about it. There's a card game in Final Fantasy VIII. That seems fun. But yeah, I'm not too sure about it either. I'm not a video gamer, so it's gonna be way outside of my comfort zone. However, streaming is outside of my comfort zone. I've been having a blast with it, to be honest with you. So I think it's worth a shot. You know what I'm saying? I think it's worth a little bit of a shot. And who knows, maybe I'll become a video gamer. And I feel like streamers, they usually just stream video games. So if I become a video gamer, maybe streaming will be easier. So I feel like there's tremendous upside potential there. So I think that's going to be fun. Okay, I'll watch for your stream if I'm available. Wow. Thank you so much. That is awesome. I really appreciate you guys. I know I've said it a million times, But I hope you have a wonderful rest of the evening. And hopefully I see you guys both very soon. And with that, I'm going to stop yapping, babbling your guys' ears off. I'm just going to end the stream and go drift off into Betty Buys. And hopefully see you guys soon. See ya. Ending the stream now.